This is Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Unplugged. The podcast where all the artists go to tell it as it is. Careers, music, tours, and more. And here's your host, the man that refuses to eat squid, Pat Calamari.
Hey, Pat Calamari here, host of Pat Soundbites Unplugged, episode number 59. Hopefully you are following the rules. Stay home, stay home, stay home. I can't enforce that enough. If you don't have to go out, stay home. And if you go out, be very careful. Maybe wear a mask, gloves. Don't go near anybody. Avoid them. Don't touch your face. Don't touch surfaces. And then when you get home, even the mail, even whatever you buy at the store, wipe it off. Then wash your hands. Do the right thing. All these people still gathering around is ridiculous. This is not a joke to play around with. We're got to get through this. We're all in this together. So, stay home. And if you want to catch something or want to spread something contagious, well, let it be kindness. Show some patience. Show some love and enthusiasm. And maybe to display a positive attitude. Be the carrier of that. And we will all get through this a lot easier. Check your elders. Help folks that need it. And don't forget, always be thankful for the healthcare workers that are on the front line each and every day. Can't say that enough. The doctors, the nurses, the practitioners, the police, the fire, the EMS, the dispatchers, the folks at the stores, the clerks, the cashiers, the truck drivers getting the supplies to the stores, the farmers, everyone involved. We can't thank enough. Okay, that said, if you know anything about me, you know I am a Rolling Stones fan. But if you know anything about me, you know I'm a bigger fan of Bernard Fowler. Bernard has stood on the side of the stage for over 30 plus years, providing the added support and vocal backgrounds, which is a key ingredient to what we know today when it comes to the Rolling Stones and their live performances, show after show after show. He is has a very successful solo career, releasing 3 albums. The last, Inside Out, is a masterpiece, in my opinion. Certain Stone songs in spoken word talk about outside the box. He even says there are people still coming up to him today, even though the album was released last April on Rhymes and Reason Records. They still come up to him today and say they didn't understand the songs until he did it this way. He did a fantastic job. He is in high demand for his professional, smooth, and solid vocals by artists all over the world. And he's extremely respected by artists all over the world. And I am certainly blessed to be able to call him a friend and a person I've supported the minute I became friends with him, the minute I got a copy of one of his records. And I play the crap out of his music because I love it that much. And he's just such a super nice guy. So you'll hear it in my voice every time I talk to Bernard. In a higher level. That's just me. Of the enthusiasm I have for this cool cat. So sit back and enjoy. Talking to Bernard in his home in L.A. He's doing like we are, sitting back, taking no chances. Last time I spoke with him was during the Stones tour. I called his hotel and spoke to him in Denver in August. So I was going, as you hear, going through Bernard Fowler withdrawals, thinking of him on my vacation, thinking of him the other night, watching the Stones documentary, Ole, 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 their tour in Latin America. And it really inspired me to give him a call and see how he was doing and to see what he was up to, and certainly to promote any projects that he is doing. So, as I always say, live, love, and laugh a lot, because life is way too short. Please don't be bashful. If you enjoy my chats and interviews, I call them conversations or chats. I'm not a fan of the word interviews. Please don't hesitate to share and tell your friends. Live, love, and laugh a lot, because life is way too short, my friends. Here's my wonderful friend, Bernard Fowler.
Hi, this is Bernard Fowler, and you're listening to Pat's Soundbites Unplugged.
WBXO Classic Rock Redefined in conjunction with Pat's Soundbites Unplugged. Honored to have my good friend, guy that's been with the last 30 plus years, as I always say, a family member of the world's greatest rock and roll band, and that is the Rolling Stones. And I'm talking one of the nicest, coolest cats in the music business. He's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a producer, he's a musician, and I'm talking my good friend, Mr. Bernard Fowler. Bernard, man, how are you?
Good, Pat Calamari. How are you, brother?
Well, we're doing what we all can do, right? Stay inside.
Yes, that's right. Staying home, self-quarantine, washing my hands a lot.
What are you doing these days to keep yourself kind of busy from these scary times that we're living in?
What do you do? Well, listening to some music, watching a lot of movies. I got this, Fender gave me a guitar, and I got this new Fender app. So I've been playing around with that. And, talking on the phone like I am now.
Very, very cool. Well, it's always, I can't get the smile off my face. Been looking forward to chat with you, going through Bernard Fowler withdrawals, and you're going to laugh when you hear what I got to tell you, share with you. But anyway, April 1st, here we are. I mean, your great album came out last year, your third solo album, Inside Out, on Rhyme Records label, which was incredible, highlighting the words and the lyrics of certain Stone songs, which opens your mind to understand the story and the message behind each one, and wonderful videos, all very moving, very different, very powerful. And the videos, I mean, Dancing with Mr. D was awesome, but Undercover of the Night, my man, best music video Oz International Film Festival. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Pat. The Grammys didn't overlook me, but the Australian Oz Film Fest did not. And I'm really grateful.
So it's cool that you mentioned watching movies and stuff, and so let me just share with you. So the first week of March, usually the end of February, first week of March, my wife and I go on a vacation. We just hit some islands. So this March, before all this virus kicked in, we flew into San Juan, Puerto Rico, and got on a cruise, and we hit Aruba and Bonaire and Carousel and St. Lucia and St. Kitts. And
nice.
I love, you know me, I want to hear music, and it was amazing. And when I got out of it, lots of percussions, and I thought immediately of you. I even played the kettle drum with a local veteran musician, the Big Papaya in St. Lucia. He was teaching me. Here I am in this venue with the Big Papaya banging on a kettle drum, and he was telling me it's like a piano, and I never knew that. Have you ever played the kettle drum?
Yeah, it's all noted. Everywhere you hit is a different note.
I'm like, I never knew that, but I just was thinking of you, and now fast forward, as you said, you've been watching movies. So here I am the other night, like 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm searching through Netflix, and I come across 2016, the Rolling Stones, Ole, 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 a trip across Latin America. And watching that show, which was an incredible story and journey to document for the Stones, breaking new ground, 10-city tour, first rock band to play Cuba. Now I really got the whole full circle of your album Inside Out and the importance of the percussion and how you, I believe, captured those musical percussions and influences from Uruguay and Chile and Argentina and Brazil, and how it was important to get the Lenny Castros and the Wilfredo Reyes and Steve Jordan and Vince Wilburn on your album. It just was like a full circle. Being at the islands and watching this show the other night, I go, oh my God, I got to call Bernard. Now I get it. I got to call Bernard Fowler.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. Well, when was it? A few months ago, just after New Year's, I did go to Uruguay to record some percussion for the next project.
Right, I remember the last conversation we had when you were in Denver with the Stones. You said, I got to go back. I'm going.
Yeah, well, I did. I went back. I was there for around 10 days. And, of course, I found the masters, and I asked them to do some recording for me, and it went really well. I've not been able to go into the studio and work on it because of this virus, obviously, but soon come.
And it was so cool to see you and the Stones going to different shows and backstage. These locals are playing for you, and then you guys are up there dancing and getting the jive on. And it really opened my eyes to know what you really experienced and what you were able to bring back and put and include in your album Inside Out.
Oh, right, man. Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful time, Rolling Stones in Cuba. Almost a million people were there to witness the Stones. And, you think of Cuba as being, kind of shut off. But, I was talking to some locals, and they said that how they're able to hear, music out of the States is they go on the rooftop and turn their radios on and point their antennas, and they can pick up a signal. So they're not as closed off as we think.
I know, but it was just it was to capture that documentary and to really understand those poor folks, if they played a Stone song, it was taken away from them, or they couldn't really, we have it so great here. And then you guys, they filmed this, and the people crying. I mean, like, it's a whole different world. Obama goes there, opens the door, you guys are there. And, we take it for granted. But to see the emotions of these people, to finally enjoy the Rolling Stones, I mean, my goodness.
Yes, an incredible time for sure. An incredible time that, logistically, I think there were, a couple of problems. Like you said, Obama was there. So, when Obama's there, they shut the air traffic down. So, and then there was a problem, if I recall correctly, there was a problem with the Pope.
Right.
The Pope was going to Cuba. And so the date had been changed, and then I heard that that the Pope sent the guys a message asking them not to play on the said date because I think it was
Good Friday, right?
Good Friday, and of course, after it being pushed and pushed and pushed, they had to tell the Pope sorry.
Yeah, I mean, they had to bring in all the stage, the production. I mean, you just can't shut that down. No disrespect to the Pope and Good Friday, but there's just way too much going on. It was enough, as you said, with Obama coming to town, and they shut down everything, and the written documentations to work with the government and to make it happen. But to see the locals, the emotions on the locals, and watch that show was, I had goosebumps. I got to bed at like 3 a.m. and shaking my head going, wow, we take it all for granted. But what a great show.
Thank you. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. Which leads me to the other day on your Facebook post, and I didn't get a chance to see if there was a post, have a question for Bernard, and the picture. If you saw the picture, it's an up-close picture of you pulling down your shades. A beautiful picture. And the first thing that came to me, Bernard, was the first words that came to me were, through your eyes. I mean, you're a handsome-looking guy, and I'm going, the amazing musical magic that you have endured, part of the Stones, touring different countries, learning the culture, and I kept thinking, I mean, I got a million questions for you, but that's for the fans out there. I have a little bit of a different connection with you, but I thought, through your eyes, did you ever think about making a photo book? I don't want to say a rock and roll memoir, and I'm not talking about the same core content of the struggles and getting in a band and the sex and the drugs and the music. I'm just talking through your eyes, Bernard Fowler's eyes, of all the incredible venues, the countries, the stages. As a fan that 99% of us would never experience the energy and the magnitude of what you and your eyes have experienced and captured. Just to throw it out there, brother, you got nothing to do. I'm thinking, man, you gotta put out a photo book.
Well, it's funny you say that because, I'm taking pictures. I'm taking pictures when I'm in the wings waiting to go on stage. I take pictures, and when I'm not singing, I'm taking pictures. And it's got to be maybe a couple thousand of photos that I've taken. And that is something that I've thought about, just making a table book of Bernard's pictures. Bernard's pictures from, city to city, stage to stage.
I think you need to do that, because I look at that photo, you have a question for Bernard, and I look at that photo and I go, man, what Bernard has seen through his 30-plus years of being with the Stones, and I'm glad that you have documented that. That is cool. Well, the last time we talked, you were on a project with a friend of yours with the hotels of doing the States and getting kids involved. I don't know.
Right. And we got that off the ground.
Good.
Yes, we're doing it, and we've got some really, really great pictures from young people from New York State. We're just doing New York State at the moment, and our plan is to, go from state to state. There are 50 states, so this is just the beginning of it. And if you go on Facebook, the name of the project is called Up in My World.
Okay.
And it's it's for young kids to take a picture of what they see, day to day. It can be trees, it could be the house they live in, it could be the pigeon, the pigeon on the bench, anything that they want to take. And then at the end, which is coming up really soon, we'll myself, Kevin, my partner, along with film director Ted Witcher and Ronnie Wood, we will be the judges, and we will judge the winners. And I think there'll be three winners, I think. And the kids will walk away with some nice prizes, and then we will take the winning pictures and we'll blow them up and we'll sell them. And that's it. That's
pretty cool. So, give me the website again. Give me the project name again, Bernard.
It's called Up in My World.
Up in My World. So, if the kids take a picture, if they go to that website, it describes how to download the picture, where to send it to, and all that, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, I will promote that on my radio show as much as I can and share that with you.
That'll be awesome.
Are you filling in for Ozzy vocals for Alice Cooper anymore? I'm looking at my notes from the last time we talked.
No, I've not seen or heard from either one of them in a little while now. Although I did see Alice at the last Rolling Stone concert, you know, he was there with his wife to see the show. Other than that, I've not seen or heard from anyone.
Ah, man. Nobody's calling you going, I need you to put a track, you know, put a vocal track on my latest record.
Actually, I'm in the middle of doing something for a New York City famous DJ by the name of Louis Vega. Little Louis, well, he's not, they don't call him Little Louis Vega anymore, but, you know, DJ Louis Vega, I'm doing a track for him.
Okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
Any other projects that I could help promote for you, my friend?
Well, not at the moment. Not at the moment. I got to get it all done. As soon as it's done, I'll be calling you.
You better. I'm waiting for the Bernard Fowler live stream show on the social media, on the outlets, on Facebook or Instagram, where you just have somebody play the tracks or take requests and play your great songs, whether it's from Friends with Privileges or my favorite album, Deborah. Have you thought about that? I mean, this is a great opportunity for folks to really hear your music.
Well, yeah, I have thought about that. It's just a matter of doing it. I'm getting ready. My manager talked me into doing a questionnaire, so I think you saw that, you know, questions for Bernard Fowler. So I'm going to do that, and I just got a message from a good friend of mine, Jackson Brown his keyboard player by the name of Jeff Young, and he said, hey man, why don't we do some kind of concert online? And I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do that, but if you have an idea, let me know. I'm happy to be a part of it, but you know, I'm not ready to leave my house and chance catching this virus. So if something I can do at home, I'm all for it. But I don't think I'll be going in any rehearsal studio or anything like that at the moment.
No, well, a lot of them are doing this thing called Zoom, and it's an app.
Yes, I heard about that.
And I'm watching bands do more of that. They all 4 of them or 5 of them are on the screen and are all playing synchronized on the same time. So
right. Well, you know, I'm part of a new company called Alert the Globe.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing that real soon. We're going to be doing you know, live streams of bands, you know, of musicians, so people can see. And I think it's going to be something really, really good. You can go online and see, you know, some of the content that we have already.
Okay.
And again, it's called Alert the Globe.
Alert the Globe. I got that written down, and I got it up in my world here.
That's right.
The other thing I'm going to drive you the last time we spoke, and I'm on your website, I'm going to reproduce my Bernard Fowler T-shirt. You were going to get those T-shirts out, brother, and I know you've been busy. I said, man, I'm going to produce this and then send him the check. This is from your buddy Pat. Or I'm going to take over your website and make you a merch store. Because every time I'm on... Dude, you have no idea, but every time I'm on a subway in Queens, in the Bronx, in the city, and I wear your shirt... Every time somebody goes, where did you get that? And I go, I'm going to kill him, man. I go, what do you think I got it?
You know what, Pat? Thanks for this reminder. I'm going to talk to my manager later today because I've mentioned that to her a few times. I think, you know, now's the time to do it. Let's just get it done. You know, it's easy to get done. The hard part is taking care of the orders, you know.
Right.
That's the hard part, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, and we all can't wait. I guess the one down part with the Inside Out, and I know you were hoping once the Stones tour ended to do a bunch of live shows to promote Inside Out, and you never got a chance to really do that.
I never got a chance to for a couple of reasons, and there's a few reasons, but one reason is because I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Oh, I know that.
And if I can't get who I want when I want them, I won't do it.
No, I don't.
I won't do it. It's got to be, it's got to be as good or better representation of the recordings.
Bernard, I got to see that firsthand at Daryl's house. You were the conductor with that great team that you put together of 8 or 9 people, and you told them when to go, when not to go, and keep it going and not keep it going, and you could see. And even when I saw watching you on YouTube, when I told you did that great, oh my God, a great killer version of Wild Horses with Tim Reeves down in the city last August, and you could just see. I don't blame you. I mean, yeah, it's easy for me to say, yeah, Bernard, go online and do a show, but no, you got to do it. You want to do it 110%. Why?
That's right. That's right. It's got to be 110%.
Now that it's been a year, Bernard, with Inside Out, do you look back? Have you had a chance to really look back and reflect on the success of the album? And did it meet you? Did it meet your needs and exceed your goals with the album?
It did. It met the need, and it did exceed. What I saw for the record. I mean, it went way past it. The feedback from the album was incredible. It was really incredible, and I might have said to you before that, when I was doing it, it was something that I wanted to do, and Rolling Stone fans can be a little precious about their Rolling Stone music. So I knew I was taking a chance, and I said when I was doing it, people will either love it or they will hate it. I don't think there'll be any in between, and there were more people loving it than hate it. So I'm so glad that I do it, and I'm looking forward to doing the next one.
Yeah, no doubt. No, you're right. Yeah, some people could say, well, that's, but you know what? That's what makes it great. You take the chance. You take the risk.
And the other thing that was really great to hear was the feedback from some people were, I don't know how many times I heard that song when the Stones did it, but it wasn't until listening to Inside Out that I really understand what they were saying.
Right. Now, I knew right away it was very successful. Every time I would play a track and my friends would call me going, what is all this about? And what's going on? And I would play, Sympathy for the Devil. I played Dance with Mr. D. I did Undercover of the Night. And folks are calling me on my phone, my friends going, wow. I mean, I know people that die-hard Rolling Stones fans and said that. And I knew watching the publicity on the internet of all the interviews that you were doing, that folks were, driving you crazy, scheduling you between the Stones show to talk with you. So I thought that was really all good.
Yeah, it was all good, man. It superseded I had no idea how well received it would be. I was ready to take, some heavy criticism from the fans, but I got nothing but love from them.
Well, because we all love you, brother. You mentioned
I love you too, Pat.
You mention your name to any of the good, great musicians out there, and their eyes light up and say anything for B, man. And there's a great article that you were involved with about the Stones in the Gold Mine magazine for the May edition, behind the scenes of the Stones.
I can't remember that. I don't know if I even saw it.
Oh, it's out there, and you're quoted in it. There's a gentleman that interviewed a bunch of you backstage and talked about the behind the scenes of what it's like to put a tour together for the world's greatest rock and roll band. And some of the questions they asked you were about the set list. And your answers were, well, we all know there are certain songs that you just have to play. So it doesn't give you the flexibility of digging into a lot of, the songs that you normally wouldn't do.
And that's the truth. The songs that I would normally do are songs that I would want them to do.
Right.
It's, unfortunately, they just can't do all of them.
Right.
Can't do all of them. I wish they could, but it's just impossible.
Now the list,
Impossible to get them all done.
the catalog that they have and the ones that they have to play, it's extremely hard. Because I think you're quoted by saying, well, you could keep asking, but there's only so much you can put into a 2.5-hour show. So.
And that's true because, as you know, most of the set lists, they just have to play those songs. They have to play the Brown Sugar. They have to play the Jumping Jack Flash. They have to play Start Me Up, which is probably one of my favorites. One of the best, that's probably one of the best recorded Stone songs ever. To me, Start Me Up, oh man, that gets me going. And don't let the video come on. I'm glued to watching it. It's masterful. It's a masterpiece.
I love every bit of it. And I was thinking of actually, I said, man, I finally got to see the Stones in Jersey last year, cross it off my bucket list. And then when they put out more shows, I said, man, that's not a long ride for me to take a trip to Buffalo to see them again. And then we got this virus, so I'm sure you're itching to get back out there with the guys. Do you talk to the guys frequently? Do they give you a buzz and chat to see how you're doing?
Yeah, it's funny you ask. I just spoke to Keith yesterday.
Oh, tell him to give me a call.
Yeah, I spoke to him yesterday. I was doing something, and I guess 2 days before that, and I was talking to my manager, and she said, did you speak to Keith? And I said, no, I haven't spoken to him. She said, well, him and Patty have been trying to call you.
Uh-oh.
So I said, oh, okay. So yesterday I gave him a buzz, and we talked for a little while, and he's good. He sounds great. He's got all his girls at home with him. And I think they were playing some kind of board game. So, he's good. He sounds great.
Yeah, that's great. That is awesome.
Sounds great. And, of course, he's wondering, like we all are, when the tour can, resume.
Right. Well, hopefully, if everybody follows the rules, B, and stays inside.
Yes, Pat, please say that again. If everybody follows the rules, I just went to the store to pick up some stuff, and it's just amazing. People walking around with no gloves, no masks, and I'm thinking, I know they heard, all the stuff on the radio, on TV. Wear gloves, wear masks, don't touch your face. And
they don't.
It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. People are dying. This thing is real.
Right.
It's real. And, some people still won't wear gloves and,
It's mind-boggling. We're talking life.
Mind-boggling.
We're talking life and death.
And they'll wonder why, if the National Guards come into the city, they're going to wonder why we needed that.
Yes.
Because you people think this is a vacation. This is not a vacation, man. People are dying.
Right.
Just yesterday, I did a gig, my last jazz gig with Tim Reese was in New York. And the trumpet player, very well-known trumpet player, Wallace Roney, passed away yesterday in the hospital in New Jersey from coronavirus. And, what makes it really bad is that, if you catch this thing and you're on your way out, you're going to be by yourself.
Right.
They're not letting people in to hold your hand.
No, not at all.
You will die by yourself in the bed.
And it's a very vicious death as well when you have no oxygen and cannot breathe.
Yeah, so I'm just hoping that, all those people walking around doing the wrong thing will wake up and start doing the right thing. I hope we can get it, we all get through this.
I went to the store like you, and there was very little on the shelves, and I was looking for some bottled water, and I had, 3 cases per person. And I said, no, I don't need 3 cases. There's not much left. Let me leave. Let me just take 2. And I get to the register, and the lady says, where's the 3rd? And I go, I'm not like that. I don't need to hoard toilet paper to leave it for somebody else. And she's, I don't want to say yelling at me, but she's like, no, you shouldn't be considerate. Nobody's considerate. I go, but I'm considerate. I'm considerate. I don't care about the price. I don't care. There's other people that need it. I mean, come on.
Good for you, Pat. That's the kind of cat you are.
I've been in emergency services all my life. I retired 30 years. This is not a joke. These people are playing basketball and going to the gym, and I'm like, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
I mean, the ship is coming into New York City, and there's 1 million people on the piers videotaping it. No, go home.
It's incredible. It's incredible, the stupidity of some people. But I will say, if there's anything positive, is that I've got a couple of pictures from different people. They know I love the environment, and I've got some pictures from people. Venice, Italy.
Oh.
The canals in Venice, Italy. Now, this is a month of the world stopping. The water cleared up. There's fish in the canals again.
Oh, wow.
There are fish in the canals in Venice, Italy. And here in California, there's a canal, Santa Monica or Venice canals, Venice Beach canals down that way. The same thing has happened. There are fish in the canals.
Wow.
There are fish in the canals. The pelicans are in the canals fishing fish.
Oh, my goodness.
This is less than a month, Pat.
Wow.
So hopefully, the powers the powers are taking heed. I would love to see the world shut down 1 month every year. 1 month. And I also heard that the hole in the ozone layer has shrunk.
Wow. Well, I gotta say, B, we've been through this before, and I'm disappointed that we need to learn real quick about this whole thing, because this is Mother Nature's way of giving us a wake-up call. The next one that comes after this is not going to be pleasant, and I am so disappointed. And I come from emergency services background, that we never had testing sites before. Why didn't we have these drive-in testing sites before? Why do we not have gloves and gowns stockpiled somewhere? Are we not thinking? I mean, come on. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and we're chasing this thing. Now, I know we had a late start, but we got to be prepared, man. We got to be way prepared. This is a wake-up call. And if we don't get this one right, I tell you, my friend, it's going to be an interesting chain of events on how we're going to live anymore.
Hopefully it's a wake-up call, Pat. And, I understand that whatever was put in place for this, the current administration dismantled.
It's very disappointing. All
very disappointing, and I hope they put it back.
Yes.
I hope they put it, because this is not gonna be the end of it.
No.
It's gonna happen again.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It always does. This is Mother Nature. This is Mother Nature going, you guys need to wake up real quick. Real quick.
Yes, she's giving us a spanking.
Absolutely, and she always does when we need it. But now we need it more than ever, and we better open up our eyes. I can't imagine. This is a respiratory, you know, air. We got to breathe. We got to live. Without air, we don't live. And this is it. And people are ordering toilet paper. I'm like, what am I missing here? I'm in emergency services. We're not getting the runs or diarrhea. What are they going to run out of nasal spray, toilet paper? You know? What, oh my God, we got the shits. So now I got to run out and get nasal spray. I can't make it up, Bernard. I can't make it up. Bernard, I'm taking enough of your time, my friend, and it is always great to hear your voice.
And you too, Pat. Always good to hear you, because you always got some sauce with that calamari.
Oh, yeah, I go good with fried Diablo sauce. I encourage everybody to go to BernardFowler.com. Buy. Now's the time to buy. I know he doesn't have a merch store, but at least buy Friends with Privileges, buy the Bora, buy Inside Out. Call me if you want a t-shirt. I'll sell you my t-shirt. Now's the time that these artists need us more than ever, since there's no live work, and I can't wait to get to hang out with you. You let me know when you're back in the East Coast, my friend, and you got a show, so I can bring a flock of Bernard Fowler friends down and rock the joint with you.
I will do, Pat, and thank you. Thanks for the conversation. It's all real talk, my friend.
You got it, brother. Right here, my man Bernard Fowler, right here on WBXO and Pat Soundbites Unplugged.